Patient and being more selective is the right thing to do, but there are going to be good players here in the second round that will not only make rosters, but be rotation players on rosters.
How about the player that got every Player of the Year award in college basketball this year, Luka Garza, right?
Yep.
Right. Also sitting there, and again, not unexpected. People knew, and there are not questions, but his role is obviously going to be very different. Ramona just talked about that before we went to break. Here's Mark Tatum
to kick off round two. Big smile. The Mark Tatum Show.
It's so good to be back in my hometown of Brooklyn, New York. Thank you for joining us for the second round of the draft as we continue to welcome these young men into the NBA family. With the 31st pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Todd from Baltimore, Maryland, and the NBA G League Ignite.
So we will speak to the commissioner a little bit. We were going to talk about the two Ignite players who went, and almost three in the first round. Todd, another long guy with a lot of upside and showed some promise in those G League games.
Yeah, and again, you talk about exposure. Real estate's all about location. You want to play in the league, exposure, you're not going to get any more exposure than you will get playing in the G League. And again, this was the first time. It wasn't all, they weren't able to do all the things that they're going to do in the future. We got Jason Hart coming in, replacing Brian Shaw as the head coach. Brian going back on the bench in the NBA. But Jay Hart there, we will hopefully not be in a bubble. We'll have more candidates. We would expect next year for the G League Ignite. So, again, and they'll point to what happened with the players this year.
I think what's important about the Ignite team and the entire program is that it was started because some of our best players were heading overseas to play overseas instead of in college. There was no alternative domestically for players to go and stay here and develop that could compensate them financially. So you saw what happened with LaMelo Ball a couple of years ago, had to go all the way to Australia. The NBA wants to create minor leagues here, right? The G League here, where our best players, where college is not for them, they decide that